Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining me on IG. I'm looking at you, and then on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thank you all for joining me, whether you're going to watch this evening when you are unwinding from your day or you're watching me now if you come on. Hi, thank you for joining. Kaya, hi. So I want to get into it. I don't want to keep you too long, but I've been doing this series on Black, Brown, and Beyond Exhausted. I started last week or week before. I did give myself grace the night during Thanksgiving. I thought, of course, I was going to be Superwoman and do that, but I was not able to. So I said, okay, the message will still be good the week after, and then I don't have to fight with turkey and pecan pie and lemon meringue, which that was pretty much all that I ate, right? So I've been doing this. This is the fourth video. The first video I talked about my own battle with burnout and how every time I learned to get out of it quicker and quicker till right now, my challenge is to make sure I recharge every day and I don't work myself back into that. So that was the first video. The second video, I kind of painted the picture of how it probably looks in everyone else's life. And then I ended the first part of the series with going through the historical roots of, and especially why I titled this Black, Brown, and Beyond Exhausted. Of course, any people of any race will get burned out, right? But for our particular community, professionals of color, we have our own different way, our own different reasons and perspective on burnout and different cultural messages. And so today's video is all about debunking the myth of what we tell ourselves to keep ourselves in this state, right? And so I know everybody's going to probably, this is one of those things I have to like sell to say, hey, it's going to be a little bit of awareness, and I want everybody to start to think about how this looks in their own lives and even consider, am I burned out or am I just kind of pretending? So I have three myths. There's a whole lot more, but I'm going to cover three today. And so that the first myth, and let me know if you've ever told yourself or thought about this, is that I can just power through it. That even if we don't say it out loud, that I'm strong, I have to be strong, I have to do this, I should. All of those permanent things that we tell ourselves to make ourselves stay in a situation that I can power through that definitely leads to burnout. That doesn't help any situation. I remember this is before COVID was known as COVID. I was tested for the flu, sinus infection, strep throat, anything. They didn't even have tests when I went in at the end of December. And I remember, and I felt so bad, right? I put other people in jeopardy. I put myself in jeopardy. I remember that day before I ended up in the ER with stroke level high blood pressure because I took so many medicines that I didn't even know what was what. So I ended up in on top of stress or whatever. I remember going to the day before I went to a workshop with my board, and then the next day I had a board meeting, and then I had to get my hair retwisted because why I couldn't go look around looking like that. So I pushed through a day and a half. I remember being in the hotel room because I didn't want to drive back home to Baton Rouge. I went through a fever and the chills all in a matter of 4 hours, and I still wasn't. And I still took myself to board meeting. I told myself, oh, I can get through this. This is like, just let me get through this day. Just let me get through it. And you know what? Even after that, I still ended up trying to work. Like I remember clunking out and then waking up, checking emails, and clunking back out in another hour and waking up and checking emails. That is one of the ways that keep us stuck in the cycle of burnout, because we say we can just power through it and just really unplugging from the world and recharging ourselves. We just, I can power through it. And then life just throws one thing after the other. And so if you're just joining us, I'm talking about the myths of burnout and how we keep ourselves. And right now I'm discussing the first myth of saying to ourselves, I can power through it. that doesn't help anyone. Toughness is not a badge anymore. And it's okay to admit that you're running on empty. It's okay to admit I am sick. It is okay. Like, once I looked at some of the leaders that I probably came in contact with that might have been a little brute, they're probably older, went through stuff, but their no was a no and their yes was a yes. Now I see why. Now I see why. No, I can't take that right now. No, that's not a priority for me. Thank you for this opportunity. I can't take it. They have learned that lesson. I'm learning it now to say, no, you can't always power through it. Sometimes you just have to say, you know what, I have to reschedule this meeting. I'm sorry, I am sick. I apologize. Please spend the time we were doing to rest as well. So that's myth number one. I can power through it. Don't say that anymore. Say, hey, do I need extra? So I need to, it's okay to take a step back. What kind of, what can I do to recharge? So the other piece, the other myth that we often tell ourselves is taking a break is for the weak. We may not hear it that same way. We may not say it. It may come across, I don't have time to take a break. I'll take a break when I'm done. And the work is never done. So that means you're never taking a break, right? It's like, oh, I'll go to the bathroom, just something simple. I'll go to the bathroom when I'm done with this email. And then somebody calls you, and then this happens, and this happens, and then oh, it's time for me to go to this meeting. Oh, I need to go get some water. Somebody stops you on the way. You take a, like, it's distractions everywhere. And so if you keep saying I'm gonna take a break, it's taking a break is for the week, or if you say I don't have time or I can't afford to take a break, whether it's a 10-minute walk or you taking PTO or sick time, that's myth number two. Taking a break is not for the weak, it's actually for the wise, because wise people know that recharging, if they take a time to recharge their minds, their bodies, and their spirit, they're going to come back as a force that no one can compete against. And so that's something you have to tell yourself. That's something that I have to remind myself all the time. Even through Thanksgiving, which wasn't working for me, I was able to do creative projects and do a lot of stuff. My motivation was up. So I took advantage of it. I worked the morning of Thanksgiving. I worked the day after. I still spent time with my family, but I was just in a mood to work. I was actually focused. It was a creative project that fueled me. And so I did it. I even worked on Sunday just to get some things in order, right? Yesterday, I did not want to see a screen. And I had to tell myself that was okay. You put in your time last week, your brain is telling you you can't look anymore. So I did. I was active. I did other stuff that fueled me. I cooked for myself. I went walking. I did other stuff. I didn't take a break, but it was just unplugging from work for a little bit. And I came back this morning for you, really refreshed to really talk about debunking myths of burnout. So, number one, I can power through it. Don't say that anymore. Second thing not to say or think, taking a break is for the weak, or I can't afford to take a break. Burnout won't magically vanish if you just keep ignoring it. It's if you just say, "Ugh, just push it aside, it's gonna pop back up, and it's gonna pop back up in a way that you had no idea, and probably in a time that you didn't want it to. So a way that you can control a little bit of something that's in your power is to recharge often, so you can keep your brain, your body, and your spirit happy. So last one, myth number three: once I achieve insert goal, burnout would disappear. Or once I do X, I'll take a break. I'll mix myth number one and myth number two, right? And so if we are talking about, if you're just joining me, I'm talking about debunking the myths of burnout. The first two that I talked about was I can power through, taking a break is for the weak. Those are the first two myths. Right now, I'm talking about if you tell yourself, once I achieve X goal, then I will either burnout will disappear or I will take risks, right? And so we all have these times that we're hustling, right? Once I save enough for my down payment for my house, once I'm able to pay off my car, once I'm able to get promoted to this, once I get my salary, once I do this, if you hang your well-being on either materials or goals or career, you're always going to get the short end of the stick, right? Because in this capitalist society, that this things are never enough. So once you get the house paid off or saved, then you got to buy furniture, and then you got all the fees that comes along with buying a house that they don't tell you. Once you pay off the car, the things are going to break, and then now you got to refill, you got to restock your savings to make sure you can handle the maintenance. Once you get the job that you want, the position you want, there's going to be demands because it's new. So if you keep saying I'm going to get it when, and you put a condition on it, you're going to remain in burnout because this life never stops. Life is your body will take a break long before life does, right? You're going to feel broken down and tired and not be able to move. You're going to ache and you're not going to feel your best long before problems of life stop. So you cannot hang your well-being on one achievement or any achievement, right? And so you have to say, now is the time. Any time is good for me to recharge and rest, reflect, and do the things I need to do to make sure my life has balance. So those are the three myths, most common myths that we often tell ourselves. And so I want you to think about any forms of these things that you may tell yourself. And even if it's not on the list, figure out what's holding you back from making sure that your well-being, and when I say well-being, yourself, your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, um, your career, your financial health, all of those pieces play a part. And if something is missing, we're not able to have a thriving life or the life that we desire because something is missing. And if you are missing, as in your health and your physical activity and your focus and your clarity, and if you're in an emotionally right place, if that's missing, nothing will ever be. You can't get to where you want to be. So ask yourself, what's holding me back from making sure that my health, my physical health, my mental health, my financial health, and even my career health is not where I want to be? Is it something that I'm thinking? Is it something that I'm doing that's holding me back? And really, as we're ending the year, we're starting a new one. I want you to start to think about that. If you do reflections or vision boards, I want you to be able to think about what you need to put on there that's besides, those big goals that we want to put. And so as I wrap up this live, thank you so much for being with me. I want to challenge you. This is my challenge for you on this video. Whether you're a writer, a journaler, or you're thinking in a car, or you in your prayer time, your meditation time, your downtime, I hope you have some of those times where you're able to think about some of the things that you're doing to inhibit yourself and sabotaging your well-being. And so here's some things that you could do. I want you to add that to the challenge. Face the uncomfortable, unplug and reconnect, and always think progress, not perfection. And so those are the three things that you could do to start to combat those misses inside your head. I have to tell myself things all the time, especially the progress is not perfection. Perfection is out the door. Any $1 million business is built on trial and error. And that's something I have to tell myself all the time. Even if these videos aren't perfect, hey, just keep putting them out. Even if nobody shows up, hey, keep putting them out because it's progress, right? And unplug and reconnect. Share my story about how I had to do that on yesterday and even taking some time on Thanksgiving. And what I'm doing now is facing the uncomfortable. So face the uncomfortable. Sometimes we are so used to the toxicity in our life and on the job that we don't even think about the possibility of having peace, that we have to face. Even that could be uncomfortable to you, and saying, hey, am I disillusioned that I just want a place where I can just work, be happy, and collaborate with my colleagues and go home and do some more work the next day? Am I disillusioned? Yes, there's possibility. So I want you to start thinking about these actions as you shift to a new year, and figuring out how 2024 can be a little bit better for you. And so that's it for me. But I would be sad if I forget to invite you to my first masterclass of 2023. I think I did one back in 2020. It was super fun. It was called The Shift. Shift Happens. You think about why I put that, but yeah. So this is called Calm to Chaos to Calm, How to Escape Burnout Even When You Can't, when you think you can't afford to. So some of us, again, that myth, we can't afford to take a break or stop when. This is for you. So if you feel like you're overwhelmed, you don't have any clarity where you want to go, you feel stuck, this place doesn't feel great to you, I want you to register. And so the way you can register is totally free. It is an hour, December the 6th at 7:30 Central Time. Register Gracefully Productive /webinars. Join other people who are trying to find the calm in the chaos. You can only, your job may not change, people around you may not change, but you have a whole lot to control, and you can enjoy peace even when your life seems to be on fire. And I am a living proof and living witness that you can. And I'll be sharing my tips for how I did that and still helping you to exit burnout all the same. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching me Instagram. Thank you for watching me LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. And until next time, meet me back here tomorrow as we kind of dream and vision of what the other side looks like. I painted the picture of what burnout looks like. Can you actually picture what success and peace and calm looks like? Can you script out your life? And so tomorrow we'll be talking about that. Meet me here. If you're watching this replay, thank you too. But I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope you take some time for yourself today. Be blessed. Bye-bye.